Serious allegations of widespread police brutality inside Baltimore City.
The city's paying millions in taxpayer dollars to settle cases with victims.
Hello, everybody. I'm Denise Coate.
And I'm Vic Carter. Here's what people are talking about tonight.
A Baltimore Sun investigation reveals people suffered broken bones, head trauma, even death, all apparently after altercations with city police. Tonight, WJZ investigator Mike Halgren, in partnership with the Sun, takes you inside these troubling cases.
For years, Baltimore City Police have grappled with excessive force complaints. Now, an exhaustive Baltimore Sun investigation reveals more than 100 people have won settlements and judgments that, along with legal fees, cost city taxpayers $11.5 million over the past 4 years. Victims include a pregnant accountant, a woman selling church raffle tickets, a deacon, an 87-year-old grandmother, and another grandmother, Barbara Floyd. The city paid her $30,000. She says she was trying to get her grandson into her house when officers claimed she was interfering with his arrest.
He put another leg in the small of my back. He was grinding my face into the pavement. It's a little hole, a dent in the street. The whole print of that hole was in my face. I thought I was going to die.
Stay down, stay down, stay down, stay down, stay down, stay down, stay down.
This man, who asked WJZ not use his name, claims officers arrested him without cause, then attacked him while he was handcuffed, upset that he fidgeted in the back of a patrol car.
Did you think you were going to die?
Yes, I thought I was not going to make it that day.
For what happened here, he got $170,000, all paid for by Baltimore City taxpayers.
Stay down, stay down, stay down.
The Sun found troubling patterns. Many of the same officers were involved in case after case of excessive force. In almost every case, prosecutors and judges dropped charges officers brought against citizens. And even after big payouts, the cops routinely kept their jobs.
The court files and the transcripts, they show a lot of severe injuries: broken noses, broken arms, broken legs, broken jaws.
But the Fraternal Order of Police contends officers are not brutal, and many people file frivolous lawsuits to take advantage of them. As for the city's response,
we have made it very clear that any cases brought to us, any allegations of police misconduct, whether it's criminal, whether it's administrative or excessive force, we will investigate it to the fullest.
In a recent WJZ interview, Police Commissioner Batts said he will not stand for brutality at the hands of his officers.
I will not tolerate misconduct. That's building trust. So I can't be held accountable for the history of this organization or where it's going, but for the future, we're going in the right direction.
Many of the victims believe the trust is gone for good.
I don't trust them. Not the ones in this area. Actually, not the ones in Baltimore City, period.
Only now is the city tracking which officers are involved time and time again in these cases. In Baltimore, Mike Halgren, WJZ Eyewitness News.
Well, as for the mayor, she says she will not tolerate law enforcement officers acting outside the law.
Tonight, the attorney for a man who says he was beaten by Baltimore City Police has released more video of that incident. The video was taken outside of the Melba's Place bar on Greenmount Avenue in Waverly early Tuesday morning of last week. You can see officers struggling with the suspect, Jamar Kennedy. Kennedy's attorneys say police went too far. An officer used a taser, which was not effective, and then the video shows an officer striking Kennedy with a baton several times before he eventually gives up. Kennedy's attorney tonight also released this video of what Kennedy looked like after the incident. They say he is now recovering at home from his injuries. He is charged with assault and with resisting arrest. In a statement, his attorney said, quote, "If this behavior complies with the Baltimore police policy and training, then an overhaul of the policy and training is warranted, as we also believe this behavior is unreasonable and possibly life-threatening." Baltimore City Police held a news conference on that incident after it became public last week, saying it will be reviewed. The commissioner said if the officers did not use appropriate force at the appropriate time, they will be held accountable. For now, the 5 officers involved in that incident have been placed on paid administrative leave. So far this year, Baltimore police have 28 open use of force investigations. ABC2 News' Catherine Hawley has more on how a local church leader is taking steps to educate citizens about police brutality.
Punch after punch after punch. A Baltimore City police officer was caught on camera beating up a man back in June. And just last week, cell phone video captured this man being tased and hit by police batons after getting into a fight outside a local club. The amount of police force used in the videos has many people talking.
It's not rare. It's really the reality of so many Americans who are living today, day in and day out.
Pastor Jamal Bryant says that's why it's time to arm citizens with information. He wants everyone to know that police are not the enemy, but you do have rights and you should know how to use them.
Stopped at a bus stop, if you're stopped in a street corner, if you're with the wrong crowd, if you're coming out of a melee, how should you carry yourself? If you're arrested, what are the things you ought to be doing?
Those are all the things he aims to address with a new initiative called Conscious Operations During Police Stops, or COPS for short. Local attorneys and police representatives will all be on hand to help educate and hopefully end the fear and violence, something Police Commissioner Anthony Batts says he's also working towards. He wants officers to start wearing body cameras so there's more accountability on the force.
We need the ability to see an incident from as many angles. Cameras could be a critical reform object for us and to provide trust and transparency to the citizens of Baltimore.
If you're interested in coming out to the COPS event, it's being held Tuesday night at 6:30 right here at the Empowerment Temple Church on Primrose Avenue. Catherine Hawley, ABC 2 News.
The parents of the teen shot by police in Ferguson were in Baltimore today. Amber Miller says they came to Maryland to support the pastor of the Empowerment Temple as he rolls out a new initiative aimed at keeping teens safe.
At Empowerment Temple in West Baltimore, the parents of Michael Brown, the unarmed teen who was shot and killed by an officer in Ferguson, Missouri, sat silently with Pastor Jamal Bryant Sunday afternoon.
We came to show support to Reverend Jamal Bryant and Empowerment Temple,
as he announced an upcoming event aimed at teaching young people what they should and should not do if they're stopped by police, all while unanswered questions still linger in Ferguson over exactly what happened leading up to Brown's death.
What do you do? What is your proper protocol and etiquette when you're stopped by the police? Not to be confrontational, but to really have a crash course in the law and civilian rights.
The event, called COPS, which stands for Conscious Operations During Police Stops, will take place at the church Tuesday evening. Some teens have already marked their calendars.
You never know what might happen. You never know what the officer might be dealing with, how he may feel, and how he may feel toward you. So you're just scared to talk to police officers, scared to be around police officers, and it makes you just all around just scared, just to be on the streets.
Several attorneys will be on hand answering questions and encourage parents to also attend. In Baltimore, Amber Miller, Fox 45 News.
Topics scheduled to be discussed at the event include racial profiling and Fourth Amendment rights. The event will take place at 6:30 Tuesday evening at the Empowerment Temple in West Baltimore. The police beating of a man that was caught on camera here in Baltimore has led to the suspension of an officer and the possibility of criminal charges. The attorney for the man who was punched by police in this video says a small group of officers are creating a big problem for citizens.
This is an ongoing problem. There are only a few officers that are doing this, but they seem to be the ones that are playing in our community.
The incident has prompted Baltimore's police commissioner to call for all city officers to wear body cameras.
Well, more violence overnight in Ferguson, Missouri, where protests continue over the death of an unarmed teenager shot by a police officer. Late Saturday night, shots were fired at two Ferguson police officers, one receiving non-life-threatening injuries. Police say the shootings are not connected to the protests. In the meantime, the parents of Michael Brown paid a visit to Baltimore. WJZ is live. Rochelle Ritchie with a local pastor's effort to protect citizens from unwarranted police attacks. Rochelle?
Well, Marcus, Michael Brown's parents did not speak today at the Empowerment Temple, but Pastor Jamal Bryant says that incidents like this play out way too often in the black community, and he wants to arm people with information that will protect them from the law. The death of 18-year-old Michael Brown sparked outrage across the nation after he was shot multiple times by Officer Darren Wilson on the streets of Ferguson, Missouri. The parents of Michael Brown paid a visit to Baltimore City's Empowerment Temple Sunday morning. Their grief has become a nationwide discussion and a channel for Pastor Jamal Bryant to push for better relationships between cops and citizens.
We're seeing a trend across the country about abuse of power that is happening to African Americans at the hands of police.
Baltimore City, no stranger to alleged police brutality. In July of 2013, Tyrone West died while in police custody. Witnesses said excessive force was used. An independent review concluded that was not the case. And in June of this year, an officer who has since been suspended was caught on surveillance video punching a man multiple times. Police Commissioner Anthony Batts says he is aware these incidents negatively impact relationships between the community and his officers and is hoping the city will approve the use of body cameras to keep everyone safe and accountable.
That's why we need cameras to see what's taking place, so everyone, not only myself, but the residents and the citizens see what has taken place so they can have confidence in their police organization.
Pastor Jamal Bryant is hoping through his COPS program, city residents and officers will develop a relationship of trust and respect as opposed to fear and violence.
Tuesday at 6:30, we're bringing the whole community to arm them, not with weapons, but with information, so that they'll know what to do when I'm stopped by a police officer, when I am accosted, what should I say, and what are my rights.
Now, attorneys from throughout Baltimore City are expected to be at Tuesday's event to educate those on their rights. I'm Rochelle Ritchie, live tonight, WJZ Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Rochelle. And the officer who shot and killed Michael Brown has not been charged.
Well, in light of some new video being released of an alleged police beating outside a bar in Waverly, police are now talking about how police brutality situations are handled. This video was taken outside Melba's Place, a bar on Greenmont Avenue. Jamar Kennedy says police used a taser on him and then hit him with a baton several times. Now, this most recent video has lawmakers considering body cameras for police officers, and the deputy commissioner says he thinks it might make officers think twice about their actions.
You need to operate as if you're always being watched and you're always being videotaped. And we encourage folks to videotape us, to watch us, to film us, because if you're doing things by the book, if you're acting within the legal rights, within your rights and constitutionally, there's no need to worry about being filmed.
Now, Baltimore City Police held a news conference on that incident last week, saying it will be reviewed. The commissioner said if the officers did not use appropriate use of force at the appropriate time, they will be held accountable. 5 officers involved in the incident have been placed on paid administrative leave.
So far this year, Anne Arundel County detectives have made arrests in 8 out of 10 homicides. Recent videos of police officers striking individuals has state lawmakers demanding a lot of answers from Annapolis tonight. The police department does not dispute that. Deputy Police Commissioner Jerry Rodriguez admitted today the force never tracked officers or the money involved in settling cases where police brutality is alleged. A lack of transparency, often perceived by the public, was also brought up.
We want to abide by the same mandates that we tell our officers. Don't break the law in order to enforce the law. We're not going to violate an officer's rights in order to be transparent, but we will hold them accountable.
A few weeks ago, the mayor indicated she'll take this all the way to the state capitol if that's what's necessary to bring about change in the city's police department.
New details tonight in the case of alleged police brutality at the hands of police. Cell phone cameras caught the brutal beating of a man who claims excessive force. And WJZ is live. Rochelle Ritchie has that video. Rochelle?
Well, Denise, the victim's attorneys say that police use life-threatening actions. Now, Baltimore City Police actually released parts of this video last week. This new video was released today. This is the new cell phone video showing the beating of Jamar Kennedy outside of Melba's Place. Kennedy is the man in the white t-shirt. His back is to one officer who uses a baton to hit him multiple times. As he is kneeling, he is tasered. The result of this altercation, a bloody mess. Pictures show Kennedy bleeding from the face and with a swollen eye. Baltimore City Police promising to investigate the incident thoroughly.
We have not, and I have not come to any conclusion at this point Every action and inaction will be reviewed and questioned up to policy and asked if any of that action was necessary.
Cases like these, nothing new for Baltimore City. In June, an officer was caught on video beating a man at a bus stop, and our media partners at the Baltimore Sun found in its investigation more than 100 people have won settlements and judgments that cost city taxpayers $11.5 million over the last 4 years.
Stay down, stay down, stay down, stay down.
This man did not want to use his name, but won $170,000 after he was brutally beaten by police. It's not just men who are victims, but women too. The dozens of cases now will call for a federal investigation of the Baltimore City Police Department by Reverend Heber Brown.
But it's going to take a multi-pronged approach to get this done.
City Council members say the excessive force cases are alarming, but not reflective of all officers.
What we have to do here is strengthen what we can strengthen to allow our department to get rid of these bad apples and get them off the street.
And the officers who were on paid administrative leave following the beating of Jamar Kennedy returned to work today. We're live. I'm Rochelle Ritchie, WJZ Eyewitness News.
All right, thank you very much, Rochelle. And WJZ did reach out to Baltimore City Police about this newest video. They say they are reviewing the footage.